Defending men got these VTubers doxxed and attacked. VTubers? Wait. Kitsu's on the thumbnail. I know that. Kitsunera's on the thumbnail. But VTubers. So it happened to more than just one. It happened to more than just one. By Hero Hey, by the way. As he covers these things usually. I don't know what exactly happened, but this is interesting that it was more than one. Let's just see.
There's been so much crazy stuff happening in the VTuber space lately. All the Cinder stuff, the raccoon stuff.
Cinder? Okay. Raccoon? That went past me. I know there was some stuff about Doki Bird. That I know of.
Kirsha leaflet stuff that just happened.
Oh yeah, Leaflet as well. I don't know what happened there. Kirsha, everybody at this point, if you're a VTuber, you just know what happened to Kirsha.
And now also, recently, VTuber Scoo-chan, hopefully I said that right. But yeah, Scoo-chan got some crazy
Scoo-chan?
hate from a Twitter freak type getting like 2,500 likes on a tweet that was getting all mad at her because she had the audacity to disagree with feminist extremists trying to incite violence against people and like advocating for violence against people. Similarly, Kitsu has had a lot of harassment sent her way because she's also standing up for men. And in particular, her situation, looking at it, she had like this crazy stalker for a number of weeks. So she's been dealing with like all kinds of...
Yeah, Kitsu had a really crazy stalker, a Dragon Ball Legends creator. Could also be Dokkan creator. But yeah, she had one that like made countless of accounts just to harass her. It was insane. Bro, why are you guys being mean for no reason? If you don't like something, keep it to yourself. True.
It's a crazy stuff for a while. But that's culminated over the last 24 hours or so with these extremists also doxing her. So yeah, we'll get all the context to that stuff. That's just like the prelude, the intro. Now on to the madness.
It was Scoo-chan. Yeah, Scoo-chan apparently got shit for it too. Another VTuber grifting to the right using culture war as a focal point of their politics. By the way, Scoo-chan literally is not even political or anything. She just reacted to something that was women, feminists, modern feminists being targeted. That was it.
I saw this tweet going around yesterday. You can see it's got 2,500 likes. But first, let's get the context to what they're responding to, that being this tweet from May 12th from Scoo-chan, who says, "The amount of people in the comments who just don't get that men want a cute, loving girlfriend is beyond me. They call them creeps for wanting actual love and not a girl boss who only wants your money." That response.
Yeah, that got her shit. And this entire tweet, right? All men just have perverted fantasies, the average male fantasy. And it was just a guy taking care of a girl who's disabled. And this tweet got so much shit and was so controversial, it was crazy. It was actually insane that people crashed out over that.
Responding to this clip that was getting a ton of traction on Twitter. You can see here, 146,000 likes, 44.2 million views. And we'll take a brief scroll through this clip. I'm not going to play the whole thing because you know how YouTube DMCA can be. And then I'll show you the synopsis for this anime. So it's from this anime, Josie Tutora. Synopsis being, equipped with his passion for diving and admiration for marine biology, university student Sunio Suzukawa tries his best to juggle several part-time jobs to earn enough money to study abroad. But one night, in a fateful accident, he meets a girl in a wheelchair, driving his current path into a detour. The girl, Kumiko, who prefers to be called Josie, initially comes off as rude. Sunio, however, is then convinced by Josie's grandmother.
It was literally just a clip of a cute anime. That was it. That was the entire issue. The entire thing. That was it.
Grandmother to take on the paid job to be Josie's caretaker. Despite being annoyed with her bossy demeanor, Sunio sees the opportunity to save more funds to support his academic dream. Nevertheless, after putting up with Josie's behavior for some time, Sunio tries to quit, only to discover Josie's dreams of traversing the outside world to experience a life free from her crippling condition. Changing his mind, Sunio decides to accompany Josie in exploring the wonders that the world has to offer. Through their time together, the two begin to realize that the traits that bind them may be vital toward fulfilling their respective aspirations. So yeah, once again, then this clip gets posted to Twitter. Scoo-chan responds saying, the amount of people in comments who just don't get that men want a cute loving girlfriend is beyond me. They call them creeps for wanting actual love and not a girl boss who only wants your money. And yeah, in the responses to that clip, there were all kinds of toxic responses like this
Yeah, for example, yeah, it's gotta get crazy.
one saying, weird since most men abandon their disabled and chronically ill spouses. That getting a community note that says, this claim most likely refers to a widely cited 2015 study suggesting that men are more likely to leave their disabled or chronically ill spouses. This was retracted due to a coding error that invalidated its conclusions.
Their community note citing that likely isn't true or not, or overblown, whatever it is. And I have also witnessed women leaving their men, leaving their husbands. Once they had cancer. That also happens. It's not like where men leave their disabled or chronically ill spouses. Women do that too.
Other weird people taking a different approach. For example, this comment that says, that's a little girl. This is weird. Community note saying she's 24. Or this one for
Yeah. The body the body of the whatever it is, right? Body of consent, the boobs of consent, whatever it is, you know? It's just retarded.
for example, that says, you show this as fantasy because it's not true for the majority. You show this as fantasy because it's not true for the majority of men who participate in abuse of disabled people.
Huh? What do you mean? I've never did it. What? Guys, is anybody of us aware of, I'm talking to the guys now here. Is anybody of us aware, mistreating disabled people? Because I'm not. That hasn't happened yet.
Huh? No, most men do not abuse disabled people. OP's like, did you even try to think before telling that lie? We know this is demonstrably false because we know most disabled people are abused, so at least half of those doing that are men. That's just from common sense. It gets exponentially worse looking at the actual data. The actual
data you mentioned show that less than 25% of men left their disabled partners. Which, if you didn't know, is way less than 75%. That's crazy.
data you mentioned showed that less than 25% of men left their disabled partners, which, if you didn't know, is way less than 75%. That person then going on to hit us with wall of text, activate my trap card, not mere force, wall of text, and people responding to this saying things like, this doesn't really debunk what he said. Yeah, that's what he said. This is in absolutely no way an indication that the majority of men abuse people with disabilities, you frickin' numpty. Claims evidence, cites a survey. Surveys are not evidence. In fact, their use in research papers discredit research institutions as a whole. We're not going to go read that whole thing. I'm just giving you some examples of like the toxic comments, right? So let's get back to the main point. That being Scoo-chan pointing out the toxic responses and how people are so bizarre to get angry over this minute and a half almost anime clip, where we then get this person suffering from complete political brain rot responding to Scoo-chan.
Chat, is it right wing? Is it right wing to support men? Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing?
Getting 2,500 likes on this response that reads, another VTuber grifting to the right, using culture war as the focal point of their politics. And posting 2 screenshots, one of a video Scoo-chan made that says, Scoo is shocked at how violent feminists are on the internet. And the second one saying, Scoo is fed up with women punching down on men. But let's go back to the first one here. You can see the thumbnail. Why are they like this? And showing a tweet where someone said, I would love to grab her by the hair, and redacted her face against the fridge in response to a woman posting a picture of herself, presumably, with the hashtag tradwife and feminine. And the second one showing this comparison between like women's romance and men's romance. And so a lot of people called this person out for their brain rot take. Here's my
well, obviously, Hey called it out. That's the only tweet I saw. I support everyone except the freaks who put pineapple on pizza.
response saying, so this VTuber Scooch-chan made some takes that disagreed with unhinged feminists inciting violence against innocent people, and your response was to get upset at Scooch-chan, bring up politics, the culture war, and call her a grifter? What? Going back to that person's take, we can see other responses such as Akuma Miko saying, fellas, is it political to be a man?
Yes. Instead of Star Wars, you know, I am the Senate. I am the politics. It's just ridiculous. Also, Nani is based, by the way.
Nani, the Ghost Cat VTuber, saying, caring about and respecting men does not make you a bad person. You're welcome. Shuonhead even leaving a response that says, didn't know who this was, but checked out their channel because of this tweet. They're super cute and funny. Thanks. Got Smugalena laugh.
Let's go, Shu! Shoe on head, let's go. That's crazy. That's crazy. And Smugalana there as well. Smugalana is also based, by the way. She's like the VTuber version of Asmongold, kind of.
Laughing and saying, let's go. And Scoo-chan also saying, I love you so much. Check out this exchange where Rosie Belmoot responds and the OP also responds to Rosie. So Rosie says, this person doesn't even talk about politics. I'm so confused genuinely. Why are we attacking her? The OP Lycion saying, these are obvious political topics. I got these screenshots from her official YouTube channel. They literally mentions feminists and punching down in the title. Those aren't just speaking well about men. Rosie says, I guess I don't understand because I've seen many titles of people ranging from feminism to vegan, etc., who are just very loud on Twitter. Usually they don't represent the normal majority.
I find that very funny, and that goes actually for just like feminist activists, vegan activists, trans activists, whatever activists it is. They push everything on Twitter, right? But they have never done anything that actually matters. They're just in the little echo chambers where they tweet out trans rights are human rights to everyone that already knows this. They don't donate to anything. They don't donate to anything. They don't do anything social outside of Twitter. They are simply only on Twitter. That's it. Twitter activists do nothing. Zero. True, Twitter is just for rage bait. No way people will say this stuff IRL to people. It's crazy. It's also that you would likely get punched if you talk to the wrong person.
For whatever group and use it as a shield. And it's good to call out when people like this are being crazy online. And I don't really get the meme comp thumb being an issue. Also, is she even from the US? I just feel like two thumbnails meaning this conclusion feels in bad faith. This complete wacko then responds to Rosie and says, the issue is that this women punching down on men have it so bad thing is a fabricated incel narrative. It's a subset of sexless women hate.
It's not fabricated. You know, it's funny how this continues to perpetuate the cycle of men not speaking out about their abuse. Like, I went through, like, physical, emotional, actually also sexual abuse. This behavior makes men not speak out. And then they wonder why men don't care about women's issues. Or men kill themselves. You wonder that, huh? And then I don't know, they're all retarded.
Hating a-holes, making up an issue to distract from women's problems, or outright saying they're deserved. And
it's like, men need to open up, men need to speak, you know, it's okay to be like vulnerable. Yep, it is.
She just wants the money. What the frick, dude? Rosie's like, okay, but the post doesn't say that. What you're saying isn't even the post we're talking about. Is this your own lore added with no context? It's exhausting. The irony of this person talking about fabricated incel narratives as they literally do the thing that they're getting mad at and accusing other people of doing. Zero self-awareness. Unfortunately, a common thing to see on the internet. The good news is it seems to come from a minority of toxic, weird people, and they are getting more and more pushback from everyone else these days. And all of that takes us over to Kitsu's response, quote tweeting Lycion and saying, "As this is something that was done to me, screw you. Screw you, screw the woke, screw the extremist left BS. Women supporting men exist."
I just realized. I just realized. Remember the Vice articles? Kita was also in there, and now she has a new ad. One German VTuber. I love this. You don't hear about men's problems because you refuse to hear them out, not because they don't have any. So true, Coco. So true.
Only bitter because no man wants you. Look how base this is. Person says you are about to get jumped so hard. Kitsu's just like, I don't care anymore. I don't even care. Oh my gosh, look at this pathetic response though. Kitsu seems nice, but like, this stuff she says just platforms a lot of genuinely harmful rhetoric. Yeah, the people harassing like others for disagreeing with people who incite violence. I think that's like the harmful stuff. But no, get mad at the people for calling that out. Come on, dude. That's where things got a lot worse though, as it takes us to this tweet where Kitsu says, "Welp, cat's out of the bag. A lot of you have seen it by now. I've been doxxed. Authorities have already been informed. And you know why I've been doxxed? Because I dared say I support men."
Doxxed over saying this. Twice, by the way. She did it once, got cancelled for it, or it was a cancelled attempt, it failed. And here it is again. She did it a second time, and now they doxed her. And it's not just the face. She showed her face herself. It's all public, right? On a public Instagram. That's just there. But like address, all that other stuff. I spit on these people. That's the reason why male victims don't speak up. Yet you want them to speak up. And then when they do, you use it as ammo against them. That's also another thing. They hate men's rights activists and wonder why men are dying at a high rate. Yep, very true, very true.
If you see it, kindly report the post. Thank you. Okay, I legit had some people come at me and be like, how could you get doxxed when you posted your face yourself? There's more than just faces in regards of personal information, like, and yeah, she's completely right about that. But the good news is they can't stop her. She's just too based. Seems like she's in good spirits. She's handling this pretty well. She's been streaming for like hours today. I checked briefly on her stream and it seems like she's like chilling, having a good time.
Yeah, Kitsu can handle this. She can handle this. She has handled stuff like they've been calling her a Nazi too. Like she went private for a bit, but I think she can handle it. You revealed your face. It clearly isn't a problem if reveal your home address, mother's maiden name, and credit card info. that's what they do. That's exactly what they do. It is ridiculous.
So these Twitter freaks basically accomplished nothing and only made themselves and all their rhetoric look even worse. Then on top of that though, she's been dealing with this freaking stalker, like a
yeah, Exile. The guy is absolutely an absolute maniac, an absolute fucking retard. It is crazy.
Literal stalker since April. Saying here, you know what, since this guy is harassing me over supporting men, I will say it again. Men deserve love. Simple.
You know what the funny thing is? You know what the funny thing is? You know what actually the funny thing is? It's a guy doing that. It's a dude. Bro is doing friendly fire on us. It's literally friendly fire. These people are insane. Mentally ill. Put them in an asylum. Immediately. Open up the psych wards. It is ridiculous.
And we can see this person who's like obsessed with her and been stalking her has made a ton of different accounts that she keeps blocking him on. So she's had harassment, she's had stalkers, people obsessed with her, trying to ruin her life, dox her, etc., all because, once again, she's like making some of the most reasonable takes you possibly can, such as men deserve love. That's it. For another example, I think this tweet she made back on March 15th was one of the ones that initially got all these weird.
Yeah, that got all these weirdos onto her. It was literally just this. It was literally just this. It was nothing more. It was literally just men deserve to be loved and treated right. And these fuckers crashed out completely. They crashed out completely.
Weirdos going after her to begin with, where she said, men deserve to be loved and treated right. And this got her responses like, oh, shut up. No, they don't. Interaction bait. Nobody cares. Men deserve nothing. Blocked. This is VTuber speak for, I need more donations.
Kitsu had these opinions. Kitsu had these opinions when I originally found her. She wasn't even... She was like a small VTuber on Twitch still when I originally encountered her. The fuck you mean? She doesn't do this for donations.
Of course it's a frickin' VTuber saying this. All you do is pander to gooner incel dudes who probably have a parasocial relationship with you. Men are not oppressed.
Men are not oppressed, yet they receive harsher punishments for the same crimes. Men are not oppressed, yet men struggle to keep their children. Men are not oppressed, yet it's much harder for a man to get therapy. Not only that, most therapy is based on the experience with women, which means that there's barely any material, barely therapists that can actually take proper care of a man with mental health issues. I can probably, if I look at it, pull out more things. Male victims are not allowed to speak out because there's retards like this bitch here that says men are not oppressed. I am such a man. It happened when I was 7 or 8. I still remember it well though, but I usually don't speak about it.
Bro, look at this one at the very top. I'm not even going to repeat that one. If you're not watching this video though, it's basically a take calling for men to all be publicly life.
Read this. Read this. Men deserve more hate. We should start publicly deleting them. Mental fucking illness. All society, religion, state is made to call them. What more do you want? Whole society? What the fuck do you mean? But of course K-pop fans, so why am I even wondering? Religion? Not really. Religion goes against most desires of men and women, so that can't be. You can't coddle to them. Men are oppressed like everyone in society. Very true.
Offended. It's a freaking crazy thing to say. And right below that, whole society, religion, and state is made to coddle them. What more do you want? And just to clarify, when I say not watching, I mean like if you're looking away or you're audio only right now, you know, that's what I mean. One more example of these sort of people getting really upset at Kitsu, and there are many, many examples. I'm just not going through all of them in this video, of course, but we'll take a look at this one where she said, I hate feminism, and this person's like, girl, you need to...
So true. So true. Modern feminism is just misandry. It's nothing more. First and second wave, that is feminism. The feminism that fought corn, that is feminism. The feminism that fought to have the ability to have your own bank account, choose whatever job you want to choose. Education, that is feminism. What you're doing is not feminism. You want superiority. Nothing more than that.
Shut the F up. So mad. Kitsu responds saying, I already stated this, but modern feminism is toxic and not needed anymore in the West. The first wave of feminism was amazing, but if you can't realize that modern feminism is toxic, then you're part of the problem. This other person says, if this is your way of gaining fans, it's very pathetic and embarrassing. Pathetic and embarrassing, huh? That actually describes the people going after Kitsu pretty dang well. And so, little bonus here at the end. I actually just got sent some DMs from Kitsu, DMs that she's getting from complete psychopaths. Like, I don't even know how to put into words how freaking crazy.
Bro, what are we gonna get here? What are we gonna get here? I am so not ready.
These people are. Look at this stuff, man. She got a DM that says, you are not safe with
What do you mean by that?
Like random emojis? What the frick? They're probably not random. This person probably put some thought into it. It's thinking like, oh yeah, I'm gonna use these. But like, dude, what's wrong with you? It gets worse. She gets this DM that talks about like, I don't want to repeat this, dude.
I would laugh my effing butt off if you got swatted and pew-pewed to deletion by the police because of your docs. And I'm also certain nobody would miss you. And you want me to speak out about my, you know, about my incident? Sure. Hell no.
It is so bad. Like, talks about laughing if the cops ended up like breaking into her house because the docs like swatting her and freaking, you know, doing that stuff to her. You're freaking psycho. Says, I'm certain nobody would miss you. And then look at this. This is a bunch of DMs that she's getting from who seems to be.
This is the burner account. 0 followers, May 2025, that's a burner account. I just want to let you know a few things. Let's just say that I can't promise that myself and others won't get hurt if things get out of hand. Misandry is the culture of the world. That's a bit nah. You all deserve to suffer. I live only for my beloved, but the world will always bring out my despair. My beloved was the only one who protected me over a year ago. Keep a fake sympathy to yourself because humanity is too screwed up to have any left. You don't know how much I've wanted to lead people. Goodness. I think, is this the guy going nuts? I think this is a guy going nuts and not a chick. Or is it a chick? I have no idea.
Be that like stalker of hers. This is just so crazy. Look what this person says. I just want to let you know a few things. Let's just say that I can't promise that myself and others won't get hurt if things get out of hand. What? Oh my gosh. Misandry is the culture of the world. You all deserve to suffer. I live only for my beloved, but the world will always bring out my despair.
Bro, are you on a villain arc? Are you on a villain arc?
Bro thinks he's the main character. My beloved was the only one who protected me over a year ago. Keep your fake sympathy to yourself, because humanity is too screwed up to have any left.
Oh, so it is a dude. Wow, Pokey, you good? Yeah, I'm good. What do you mean?
You don't know how much I've... Whoa, we ain't reading that part. Talks about how much they want to take the lives of other people is what they said there.
Oh god. So much and I only resist for my beloved. Whoa. What did she get sent? Whoa. It is needed, but this is not it. If this is what they'll do in the name of feminism, people are better off having no feminism anymore. Take away their rights. At least these people.
So much, and I only resisted for my beloved. Hidden media. Oh, wait, what? Okay, it's not hidden anymore. Wait, I was expecting something a lot worse than that.
Yeah, I expected. I expected like some dead child getting torn apart or somebody getting deleted. That's what I expected, but this seems alright. This seems still okay. At least what he sent seems okay.
They say, here's what an example of someone who can actually have sympathy, kind, sweet, wholesome, and reserved. The type of wholesome person who gives head pats and snuggles to their loved ones. They have sympathy. You don't. You think all of your fans are tards. You escalate drama constantly, and it's why you got doxxed. Why should I believe someone like you has sympathy when you don't care about your own community? You say they're tards, and you even did today. VTubers like yourself still feel sad that your harassment campaign over AI art failed, and you're not passive enough to actually have sympathy? That's why I did this. Misandry is the culture of the world, and the only people who can truly back against it, They do it in silence because they're too passive to become as immoral as you and me.
Bro is having the crash out of his life. He has the crash out of his existence. What is this? Is this guy just talking about his wife as his beloved? Probably. Bro. Frog is my beloved. The difference is she's real.
You should have been too passive even post. Men deserve sympathy and love. It's some BS grifting. Manipulating your audience. I don't care about the political BS. But you pretending to be like my beloved disgusts me. Wow, yeah.
What the fuck was that? What was that? What was that? What was I watching? What was I reading? What did we just hear? What was that? That was, bro. That's too far. Bro is too far down the misery at this point. That's crazy. No, dude, that guy is just really freaking high. Nah, that guy's not high. No.
I feel gross after reading that. I feel like I just read someone's like really bad fan fiction. And yeah, I think that's a good place to leave it for today. I'm also kind of out of time now, but I do think that was like all the main stuff going on here. So crazy stuff indeed. Let me know what you think about all this. Kitsu, stay safe. Like, what the frick? What the frick did we just read, guys? But yeah, all the VTubers in this video seem really cool, nice and based. So consider checking them all out. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed my coverage, please also consider liking and or subscribing to the channel.
I've been subscribed for years, bro, at this point. Yeah, that was insane. And all over the sentence, I support men. Pretty much. That's what you get on Twitter. You get doxxed, harassed, stalked. It is crazy. It is absolutely insane. This is villainous.